Hey Soul Fam, Amelia Adair here. Welcome back. Ooh, let's talk about some things, okay? Now, if you were watching the other video and you came to this one is the part 2. But we're gonna move on to different area, and that's where do you see yourself spiritually, okay? So let's get into some things. We've already gotten to some things, so make sure after you watch this video, you go watch the other video so that you just have clarity 360, okay, all around the board. All right, so fam, so let's talk about where you are spiritually, right? So everyone is always on a different path, meaning some are all the way towards, it's not really a finish line, but you know what I'm saying. They've been on a journey for some years, and some people just never start, right? So it's always good to know where you are, right? So a good way to know where you are spiritually is to see how connected you are within, all right? So this may sound like, what in the world? How am I supposed to know? Ooh. So a good way to know is it's really about how you feel in the morning, right? In the morning when you get up, how are you? Are you feeling extremely drained, excited, confused? Figure out where you are in your mornings, and it'll help you kind of figure out where you are spiritually, whether you are doing good or rather you might need to come talk to a coach so you can get into some things and get some clarity. So oftentimes there's so many, videos and things out there for you to have to get your day started and things like this. When you are spiritually, not to say together, but together, you're not gonna need so much outside sources for you to get through the day. Okay? So what I mean when I say outside sources, one, drugs and alcohol. So fam, I know there's so many different avenues that we could go with this, but when you think spiritually, you think purity, right? Your purest form, okay? When you're at your purest form, it's how you are naturally without something outside of you bringing you to that point, okay? So oftentimes, even before you go to bed, you are tossing and turning and tossing and turning and tossing and turning constantly. Once in a while, it's normal, we're human. But if it's your constant struggle and you can't go to sleep, and it's your constant struggle and you can't even get up, one of the two. So fam, you have to get in tune and talk with someone. Oftentimes we try to do a lot of we try to do everything ourselves. And we often forget that there's people here to help us. We aren't born into a singular world, meaning one person at a time. And there's a reason for that, right? We all have to learn how to coexist and help one another. So I even had to learn that. Like when I first started my journey, I was always like, I got this, strong black woman, blah, 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 blah. That's exactly what it was. Blah, 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 blah. I put the fist right down. I was like, listen, let me tap, 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 call in somebody and get some clarity, get some conversation, and get some perspective, right? You want to have the most information that you can, but you also want to understand the information that you can. And you also want to connect with different people and understand how they perceive information and just use it, okay? Use it. Don't copy it, but use it so that you could be learning and growing, just being better, okay? So you want to be able to know when you have to call someone in, okay, with a non-biased opinion. This is important. Having someone with a non-biased opinion is important because, one, they're not going to sugarcoat. They don't know you, right? I don't know about you, so fam. I love to talk to the representatives on the phone, and it's always someone different, so you can't say they tired of me. You know what I'm saying? But I love to talk to someone that doesn't know me. Okay, just having small talk. not even a coaching session. You know, like I just have loving conversation with strangers because people are they're more authentic self when they know that you don't know them and you cannot judge them, right? We are often in this world where we're afraid to be judged. We don't do something because we're afraid of the judgment. We're afraid of this and that. So having someone to talk to and staying anonymous is always amazing part of growing spiritually because you get honest opinions, right? You don't get someone that's trying to, I mean, they may spare your feelings, you know, I mean, they're not going to be rude, but still in all, they're going to tell you how you want to hear it. They're going to tell you what you need to hear, right? And also knowing that person that's telling you what you need to hear is not your God, right? And I say not your God because oftentimes when someone do help us with a situation, we start to worship them and praise them. And this is another number one red flag, don't do. When anyone is helping you, soul fam, anybody, coach, not coach, friend, not friend, family, not family, do not, I repeat, do not worship them. Do not think everything they say is gospel, okay? Do not always look for their validation, okay? Have that knowledge within yourself and your confidence within yourself. Do not look for someone outside of you to be validating you because the only one that can validate you is the God. And have that relationship with God so that you know how he'll let you know, or he'll, whatever you say, let you know, okay, this is right? Have a relationship with God where you say, God, show me that what I'm doing is right? Have those prayers, have those conversations, have that comfortability, okay? Learn how to connect with your God. Sometimes we moving on. I know I got little notes for this. So fam, as you are growing spiritually, you're going to be unlocking things within you, right? So this is one of the, I want to say, gifts that we all carry is that, excuse me, I was drinking a little tea. Is that we'll start to see layers of ourselves unfold that God won't reveal to us until it's time. No matter what we do, how we try to swindle, how we try to lie, no, God is in control. And these layers that are within you will not be unlocked if you're not ready, okay? And so one great example for you to understand that is, for me personally, before my spiritual journey, so fam, I would not have thought I would be on book number 4, okay? So what that means is there's going to be stories and wisdom and fruit that you have, but you can't get to it until it's time, until you're ready, right? So like I said, for me, the more that I write and the more that I focus on me and the more that I focus on being better and growing and elevating, the more connected I feel, right? So when I'm writing and I'm in my own element, right, because we all have our own element, there's peace that happens naturally, right? So when I say peace, it means something different to everyone, but I'm trying to explain it the best way I can for you, so man. But for me, I'm just literally bubbly. And I know literally, I try not to say that word, but I'm so bubbly. I'm so amazed. I'm so flabbergasted with myself, okay? So when you start to unlock things within you, you are not going to recognize you. You're going to be like, you thought that? That was your thought? You know, those are your words? That's you. You're going to be unlocking layers of you that are going to be unrecognizable, right? So you can't force this, soul fam, okay? So what I mean is, you're going to be so authentic. You're going to be so original that when you discover these parts of you, you're going to want to it's like when you it's like you're going on a treasure hunt, right? And you find the gold, right? See, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I have this information. Oh my God, I have this gold. You're gonna be just elated by what unfolds within you. Okay? And I say elated because you're gonna have mixed emotions. You're gonna be excited, then you're gonna be a little worried, then you're gonna be amazed, then you're gonna be grateful. More importantly, you're gonna just be grateful, like, oh my goodness. And you're gonna want to explore life more. You're gonna want to dive into life more. You're gonna have more questions. You're gonna start searching for more information. You're gonna just be this unlocked human. That's what I like to call it. Unlocked human. And you're gonna want to talk to someone, right? You're gonna like, oh, I wonder what this person thinks. I wonder what this person. You're gonna want to hear more perspectives, okay? And it's gonna help you with your own perspective because it will. You're gonna just see for yourself. I don't want to like say everything because a lot of things is you have to see it for yourself. Okay, it's easy for us to sit around and hear someone's story and then live that story. No, when you're growing spiritually, you're living your own story, right? You're unlocking your own chapters. You're not sitting around copying everything you see and becoming a duplicate. Okay, and you're gonna notice this, right? So as you grow too, you're gonna notice around you. You're gonna start to see more real, right? Reality. You're gonna start to see more of a reality than you probably bargained for. Okay. 9 times out of 10, when you meet someone that's really spiritually elevated, they get to a place. Not that they're not thankful, but it's like, wow, this was in front of my face the whole time. It's a lot to take in. So you want to take your time. You want to breathe. You don't want to be rushing. You want to really be slow, be wise, be patient. Being patient is a number one because when you are receiving so much information, you have to give your mind and your body time to process that information. So we talked about this in one of the other videos, is your processing time, right? Everyone's processing time is different. Right? We're all on different areas. Think about it as if we all ordered a package from the same place, but we're all in different areas. So it's going to take a different amount of time to get there for each and every one of us, if that makes sense, as far as processing time. So everyone's processing time is different. For you, it may take 2 years. For me, it may take 1. For such and such, it may take 10. You can't say. Okay? Only God knows. That's the great part. That's the great part of life. So let's talk about this transformation. So fam, as you're elevating and growing spiritually, you want to be transforming. Okay? If you're getting all this information, you're getting all these details, you're learning all this insight, it would only make sense if you're applying the knowledge, then you're not going to look the same. Okay? So if you're not going to look the same, you're not going to act the same, the only thing that's going to be the same is your voice. Okay? And obviously your main features, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to transform your whole face and body. I mean, working out wise, but that's about it. Okay? Let's be easy. So fam, you're going to be transforming mentally. When you're transforming mentally, you're transforming spiritually, you're going to transform physically. You're going to be attracted to different things. You're going to want to consume different things. You're going to be wanting to like, okay, let me try this, let me try that. You're going to be in that area of trial and error, okay? But you can't be afraid. That's the thing, is when you start transforming, you can't be afraid of the change. Oftentimes, people start the change and it starts to look too scary. It starts to look too faithful, meaning you have to have a lot of faith. And so it can scare a lot of people because it's easy to stay comfortable. It's easy to stay right where you at. Stay right here. I already know everyone. I'm safe. Everyone loves base. That's what I like to call it. Safe base, right? Think about baseball. When you're on the base, it's safe. So we all have that safe base in our life, right? It's a hometown, a home, or a person. You have to identify what that safe space is around you, and you cannot be afraid to get it running, okay? To get it moving, to work on you. And on the same time, so fam, you want to have someone that you can talk to, that you can connect with. This is the number one, is just not being afraid to be wrong. Not being afraid to talk to someone, speak your point of view, and hear if it's not wrong, but if it makes sense for the time that we're living in, right? We have to always be mindful of the times that we are living in. As much as we will want to probably live in the 70s, live in the 80s, live in even the 90s, trust me, Sophia, trust me, I understand. We have to just be mindful of the times that we're living in. And 2022 is where we at right now, 2023. Overall, so fam, you have to be mindful of the reality, okay? Which changes frequently over time. And oftentimes we are upset at our parents and our grandparents because they may not know this information or they may not understand us. But we have to understand the times that they were living in are completely different. Although they're still here, majority of their knowledge is from back then. So you have to, the challenge in life overall is being able to utilize information and use it for today. Okay, how can I use this information today? How can this information help me today? Okay, so that's why, again, so fam, it's important to get you a coach. Okay, because they'll help you dime out, and piece things together for the times that we are in. Okay, and you'll learn a lot more than what you can do. Sometimes we're unaware of resources because we haven't opened our mouth. There's been so many things like, wait, nobody was going to tell me that. But I learn a lot more when I'm having conversation, because people, spiritually or not, know a lot of information. Okay, so fam, I've gotten where I've gotten today because I ask questions. I don't care where I'm at, where I'm going. I don't care if I'll never use the information. I've learned it's never a stupid question, and that has taken me far because I ask a lot of questions. And sometimes the question we start with will lead us to a totally different answer that we wasn't even looking at. Wait, I wasn't even looking for that information. But since you have shared it, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. I'm going to utilize this information, apply this information to my life, and make the changes and make the shifts that's needed for growth, okay? Because if you're not growing, you're perishing. One more time. If you're not growing, you're perishing, babe. You're perishing. So you have to constantly water your roots, water your mind, water your soul, water your heart, water your stomach, water your throat, okay? Physically and figuratively, not watering your throat, but you get what I'm saying, Sophia. You want to be sure that you are making wise decisions, okay? And in order to make wise decisions, you have to have understanding. If you don't have understanding, things you're gonna get short ends of the stick, which is okay. It's okay to fumble a little bit, but you don't want to be always fumbling. Okay, you always fumbling. You're like, all right, let me tag someone in because I need a little help. It's okay to need help. Trust me, so bad. The best thing I did was get some help before I even got into coaching. And I made a video about this way back, probably one of my first videos. Therapy. Definitely as a Black woman, okay? A woman, there's some therapy. There's some things that we go through that sometimes our mind don't comprehend very well. And it becomes a block on our path because sometimes what we do is we dance around the very big tool that we need because fear done covered it. So there's things within us that are literally covered up with blankets, and we need someone to come help us remove that blanket, remove that weight, Don't feel like you really have to do everything on your own. There's so many resources that you can use, and you have to trust the process, and you have to invest in yourself. Those are two things that really take me far. Is just understand that I have to invest in myself. Okay? If you invest in yourself and you water the trees and the roots, babe, you're gonna get better fruit. It's just a reality. Invest in your mind. Invest in your heart. Invest in your spirit. Invest in your soul. So that then what happens later on along the line, the fruit that you produce will keep producing. Right? Who don't love good fruit? Okay, because I love me a good fruit, babe. But it'll be passed down, and passed down, and the world will become better. It does take one person. That one person is you. Think about where you are. Think about the people that you can impact. I love social media. Let me not even say love. I like social media, so fan. But I love connecting with people in the physical. I see how much more impactful it is to have a small conversation with someone that I'm passing real quick. Maybe because I see it more. Sometimes, so fam, I don't see y'all. I'll see your comments and things like that. When I see people in physical, it touches me a little more. I'm a physical, you know what I'm saying? I'm a human. So what we love is, we love a connection. We love that affection. You know, we love to see expression. That's what we're looking for. We love to hear feedback. We love to see feedback. We love to see results. It's normal, okay? Don't know exactly where I was going with this, but I'm glad I had to share it with the last part. But seriously, so fam, take that time. Sorry. Yeah, see, I got a bang. I'm trying to like minute. You know what I'm saying? But take that time and invest in you the best way you can. Look at all of your options before you choose. Oftentimes we get enlightened, and it's like a light goes off, so we're just like a switch, you know. So we're just ready to take off. And before we take off into a direction, it's important that we look at all the avenues first. Okay? So what does that mean? Say you see there's a program for nursing, right? This is just broad. Before you take that avenue into nursing and you invest in nursing, and you invest your time and you start running down that path, one, take a peek at the nurses, talk to some nurses. That's number one. And then two, look at 2 or 3 other areas that's related to nursing, right? So, well, if I do this and I do this, then choose, right? Then it's like, okay, well, I've seen this, I've seen that, I talked to this person, I talked to that person, I can go here with this, I can go with that, I can use, if I choose to change my mind later on, I can be a little flexible and I can do this. You want to really look at your options on both sides of the table, right? And then look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what's my max hours of shift before I'm over it, right? What do I really want to buy with money? Where am I putting my money, right? Do I want a relationship? Is this gonna, lead to relationship and love? Or do I just want to be single forever? So, just some broad questions there. Take your time when you're choosing, so that when you start going and you take off in that direction, you're not always looking over your shoulder, looking back and having doubt and having confusion, right? And spiritually, you're gonna grow in either direction, right? So it's all about which way, y'all, like you really truly want to go. Like if I had to do anything, it would be, get me? Alright, so man, if you want to talk about it and get a little bit more direct, my details for booking a session are always below. If you're someone that just like to take courses, I do have courses available. If you need to heal from rejection, heal from the absence of a parent, start your brand, either one, get the knowledge you need so that you can move smoothly in those directions, okay? Or smoother, okay? Let's say smoother. Knowledge is power, okay? And applied knowledge is key, okay? Ooh. And if you haven't got a copy of 77 Pieces of Poetry, get you some peace, soul fam. There's always more pieces we can add to the piece. All right, so man, 77 Pieces of Poetry, details are below. It's available on Amazon, Amazon.com, hardcover or Kindle Direct, something like that. And in order to be a part of the Soul Fam, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, apply the knowledge, comment from time to time, let me know you're out there. I connect back with you. I love to hear how you feeling, how you receive the information, and how we could keep it moving, keep it grooving, doing what we do. All right, so fam, keep the positive vibes. On our channel, we elevate, we heal, and we grow with love, peace, and prosperity. Thank you for always tuning in and rocking with me. And I'm going to see you at the next one. Bye for now.